In public school, we learn so much stuff that's not applicable to the general population of adulthood. This gotta change, man. This gotta get better. It's not time to be made aware of something once you're facing it or having to deal with it. We should learn stuff in advance. Then we would have time to prepare for it. Then we would have more leverage when we're going to pick these heavy burdens up off our shoulders. Then we could just focus on completing tasks rather than learning them as we're accomplishing them. Instead of teaching so much of the same stuff,
they used to teach this in school.
Episode 1. Training wheels for stocks. Wait, that's livestock. That's not what I'm talking about. Hold up. I'm talking about the stock market, which is headquartered in NYC, the Big Apple, New York City, the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange, where the rich become wealthy and the middle class have a chance to break barriers. When dealing with stocks, remember, only use disposable income. Disposable income is all money that you have once all bills and expenses are paid for. This video isn't to give any strategies on how to buy stocks or trying to tell you what's a good stock or not. This video is going to be how to understand your investment, how to understand the conversion from dollars to shares. I'll break down true value and what's a dollar really worth in the part 2 to this video. But for this one, let's see what a couple transactions look like in the stock market. For my example, I will be using Dogecoin, which is a cryptocurrency as well as a penny stock, and it is popular and on the rise. A penny stock pretty much just means stocks that are valued at under $5 per share. It can be looked at more as a gamble because of the uncertainty of it, but if the stock rises, then the profits rise at an exponential amount. First things first, switching dollars into shares. Shares and quantity is what the stock market uses to represent value. To get the share amount, what you have to do is take your investment and divide it by the market price. For this example, we will use $50 for our initial investment amount and refer back to Dogecoin for the market price. Right now it is at 0.268646, which is roughly 26 cents. So let's see how much shares $50 will get us. Let's do $50 divided by the market price of Dogecoin, and we get 186 shares roughly. Let's continue this example with another $50 investment into Dogecoin, except this time the investment was made hours later and the market price went down to 22 cents. So let's punch that in real quick. Another $50 divided by current market price, which is now 22 cents, equals about 227 shares. Realize both of these investments were both $50. The $50 did not change. The only thing that changed was the amount of shares that the $50 got you, just because of timing. That's the thing with the stock market. It is up and down just like human emotions. Timing is everything. Now let's see what these two purchases got us. 186 plus 227 is 413. So our two $50 investments got us 413 shares of Dogecoin. When figuring out what the value of your shares are, there are a couple things you can reference to. One is the average cost. Another is market value or equity. But for now, let's work with the average cost. To figure out the average cost, one must take their full investment, which in this case, we made two $50 purchases, so this equals $100, and we must divide that by our total share amount, which we have 413 shares of Dogecoin. Let's plug that equation in. $100 divided by 413 shares is 0.24213075. For space purposes, I will round it to 24 cents. But since we are dealing with money, it is always best to keep it as accurate as possible. So always remember the original numbers. The average cost will be utilized as a status quo of some sort. There is the market price for the stock, and then there is the average cost for the stock, which is how much on average you pay per stock. Anytime the market cost or the market price is higher than your average cost, then you are profiting. When the market price or market cost is less than your average cost, you are losing. It's better to buy a stock when it is closest to its lowest point rather than when it's closest to its highest peak. These are the numbers that really matter. The market value / equity. What this really is your new value. This is what your investment has turned into. The equation to this value is the amount of shares you have multiplied by how much that stock is now priced at. Let's say for hypothetical purposes that now the Dogecoin cost $1 per share. To find out our new value, we will multiply our share amount, which is 413 times the market price of each share, which is $1. Now our equity or market value is $413 for our stock in Dogecoin. Now let's see what this value would look like if we were to try to withdraw it. To find our true dollar value, we would have to take our equity, minus it by our full investment, which would give us our profit. So let's take 413 minus the $100 we put in, and that will bring us to $313 profit. Can't forget about the taxes. Our profit times what we would get taxed is what our actual profit will be. To find out how you will be taxed, refer to these charts. Short-term capital gains are when you sell a stock within 1 year of purchasing the stock. Long-term capital gain is if you hold the stock for a year and then sell it after that. For now, let's say we held our stock for over a year and then decided to withdraw our equity. Let's check out our profit possibilities. If we weren't taxed at all, the entire $313 would be our actual profit. If we were taxed at 15%, then our actual profit would be $266.05. And if we were taxed at 20%, our actual profit would be $250.40. Remember, we only put $100 in, so our $100 made us, at the worst case scenario, $250.40. That's what I call letting your money make you money. But don't get me wrong, the stock market isn't a place for all profits. It's a place that you are liable to lose your money. But the best thing about it is the only money you could ever lose is the money that you ever put in, nothing more than that. So remember, always use disposable income when investing in stocks.